The Huntingdon Bearcats are on the prowl. It's time for Bearcat football on the Air Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223. Brannaman's Meat Markets, Huntingdon and Mount Union. Penn Highlands Community College, Huntingdon Campus. D.C. Goodman and Sons and the Goodman family. The Huntingdon County Drop-In Center. And the Ike Taylor Show, here on the airnetwork.net. And now, for all the live action of tonight's game, let's go out to the field with all the action. Here's Chad States and Jim Zalzik. It's Huntingdon Bearcat football on the Air Network.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mifflintown, a wet and soggy Mifflintown, as we get ready for some high school football this evening. The Huntingdon Bearcats come in with a record of 2-3, and they will be taking on the Juniata Indians, who have a record of 4-1. Tonight, I will be lone wolfing it as far as the pregame show goes, as Jim Zalzik will not be accompanying me this evening. It looks like we are not going to be able to get up into a booth to cover tonight's game in full, so we're hoping that we're going to be able to pick up a feed from one of the Juniata County networks to be able to provide that for you. But if not, we'll be able to provide you halftime updates and a full response at the end of the football game. But a little bit about tonight's game. Let's walk you through kind of what happened last week for Huntingdon. It was a big victory, a 55-27 win over Penns Valley. It saw Ian Border rush for 201 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also added another touchdown with an interception in the fourth quarter. That's 5 touchdowns, tied an all-time record with Wes Green, who scored 5 against Baltimore area in 1994. So Ian able to crack the record books with 5 touchdowns last week. Quarterback Andrew Hootie was 6-7 for 80 yards and 1 touchdown. That touchdown going to Jonathan Price of 65 yards. Jonathan Price totaled 115 yards of offense, including a 55-yard touchdown run to add to his night's totals. Andrew Finkel on the defensive side had 16 tackles from his strong safety position and led the Bearcat defense. Huntington ran for 345 yards, but the main bugaboo for the Bearcats seemed to be their special teams. They had 3 kicks blocked, 1 field goal, and 2 extra points, and also allowed a lot of long kick returns for Penns Valley in that game. The series is Huntington leads the series 2-0. The last time the two teams met was here in Mifflintown when Huntington won a District 6 quarterfinal game in 2014, 28-21. That game saw the Juniata Indians come in heavily favored as they were 9-1 on the season, but it was not to be as the Bearcats prevailed in a strong defensive game, 28-21. Just a side note here that this used to be a regular series for the Bearcats back in the day. Huntington leads that one 3-1, as Juniata used to be called Juniata Joint. My partner, who is not with me tonight, Jim Zalzik, played in a couple of those games. As for the Indians of Juniata, they defeated Muhlenberg 84-7 last week and have outscored their opponents 248-76. Their record again is 4-1. We are looking at what we think might be an offensive juggernaut, but we're not quite sure who Juniata has played. Their victories have come against Susquehanna, an opening victory 71-0, followed by a victory against Williams Valley 35-28, and then another victory against East Juniata 38-0. Their lone loss comes to Tri-Valley. That was a 41-20 loss, and then of course last week with the 84-7 victory over Millersburg. Juniata is being led by senior quarterback Tyler Clark and senior running back Fletcher Hart. Clark is 28-40 for 518 yards and 11 touchdowns against 0 interceptions on the season. Hart has 73 carries for 594 yards and 9 touchdowns, followed by Spencer Page with 26 carries, 228 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The receiving core for that Clark has to throw to is senior Layden, but is doing an outstanding job. Ben Lauer has 8 receptions for 117 yards and 4 touchdowns, and senior Isaiah Wagner 5 receptions, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Juniata has 4 guys with over 100 yards receiving and has a very balanced offense. These guys like to throw the ball. They have 10 people who have caught passes so far this year. They are also getting it done on the defensive side, 10 sacks and 11 interceptions, 5 of those coming by way of Isaiah Wagner. So, as you can kind of look and see as we give the statistical report out for tonight's game, Huntingdon likes to run the ball. Juniata likes to throw the ball. So when we come back, we're going to talk about some of that game breakdown and try to get a little bit more points of interest here as the game. You are listening to Bearcat Football on the airnetwork.net.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence. Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join family and friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Coming up Saturday, October 1st, the Moose presents entertainment with rock candy from 8 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 15th, it's DD and the Pub Crawlers. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
And now, back to Huntingdon Bearcat football on the airnetwork.net.
And welcome back. As I had alluded to, it is a wet and soggy Mifflintown field here as Huntingdon gets prepared to play Juniata tonight. When we start looking at the keys to the game, obviously for the Bearcats, it's got to be on the running game. Are they going to be able to sustain what they did last week? Again, Ian Border rushed for 201 yards, but the key to that whole game was junior Jonathan Price. Jonathan Price was able to rack up 60 yards on just 3 carries as Huntingdon implemented what they called a jet sweep formation for them to be able to get the ball to the outside to elude the big and the awfully big and tough Penns Valley interior. One thing that Coach Mike Hootie had said was that if you can't run to the inside, you're going to have to learn to run to the outside. And that's what we saw Huntingdon do. They stepped it up early on. First touch for Border in the second series, he went 47 yards off the right tackle and scored Huntington's first touchdown. So is Huntington going to be able to continue that running success? Also, quarterback Andrew Hootie was very efficient with the football, going 6 of 7 for 80 yards in that game. Is he going to be able to continue his ways of maturing as a young quarterback? He is only a sophomore, being able to find those open receivers and move forward. But that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Juniata, again, coming into tonight's game with 11 interceptions out of their secondary, 5 by Isaiah Wagner. They also present a challenge with a nice big pass rush coming in with 10 sacks. Now, the one thing that Huntington's been able to do over the course of the last couple games is they've been able to settle down their offensive line and keep quarterback Andrew Hootie clean. He's only has 2 sacks in the last 2 games, and one of those games was coming against a very powerful and talented Clearfield team. So is Huntington going to be able to keep Juniata off of Andrew Hootie? On the flip side, whenever we look at what the Huntington defense is going to do, we know coming into the season that the secondary was going to be a bit of a challenge. The last couple of weeks, we've seen Huntington fare a lot better against the pass. Against Clearfield, who likes to throw the ball a lot, Huntington was able to have 6 passes defended and also intercept the pass. Last week, we saw much of the same as Alex Mikett picked off another pass. That's his 3rd on the year. But Huntington's going to have to contain this pass attack led by senior quarterback Tyler Clark. Clark was in that game back in 2014 as Huntington was able to defeat Juniata here in Mifflintown. So again, when you're looking at the keys to the game, it's really pretty much a common theme. Can Huntington stop the passing attack of Juniata? Are they going to be able to get a pass rush to pressure Clark into making some bad throws, into making some bad decisions, and also creating turnovers? Last week, Huntington did not turn the ball over at all. If they're able to do that and also stay relatively clean penalty-wise, Huntington's got a great shot in this game. Juniata does come in with a 4-run record, but as I had alluded to, a lot of these are lopsided victories: 71-0 over Susquehanna, 38-0 over East Juniata, and 84-7 over Millersburg. I got to be honest with you, I don't know much about these teams, so it's really going to be proven out here into the field as to what Juniata is going to bring to the table, as this might be really their first big test of the season. I know they had that loss to traditional power Tri-Valley, but this is the first time where they're going to face a District 6 opponent on their schedule. They will then face Newport, Halifax, Line Mountain, and Upper Dauphin to be able to close out the year. When we flip over to Huntington, this is as much a must-win situation as Huntington needs to be in. They need to be able to beat Juniata and get that record to 3-3. Coming up after that will be games against Baldwin area at home and Phillipsburg Osceola on the road. 2 very, very winnable games, but it all starts tonight with this game against the Juniata Indians. Huntington will then close out the season with a powerful Central squad who has been ranked as high as 2nd in the AAA standings, and then they will close out with Patterson, Maryland, a small suburb school from that's in around Baltimore. So tonight to me, I see this as a must-win. To me, I see this as a battle in the trenches. Can Huntington keep Andrew Hootie clean? Can they keep him upright? Is he able to go ahead and make the passes to offset the running game that they're going to have to put in play? And also, they're going to be able to limit their mistakes. One thing that I have seen over the years with a Coach Mike Hootie team is they get better as the season goes on. That 2014 game that we had witnessed, I think Juniata looked at a 5-5 team coming in there and kind of overlooked that 5-5 team. But that was a team that was growing. That was a team that was getting much, much better. Last year we saw much of the same thing out of Huntington. Early on, they played a Tyrone team that was pretty good and got smacked around and got beat pretty handily, 41-20. When they flipped it over and they got into the district game, it was a 23-21 score as Tyrone barely beat the Bearcats on their home field. So one thing's for certain tonight, Huntington is growing as a team. The unknown is, what does Juniata bring to the table? And we'll have to wait and see as the game progresses. Again, unfortunately, Jim Zauzik and I won't be able to bring tonight's game to you due to limited space in the very small press box here at Juniata. We're just not able to get in it. So Jim will be on his way to Baltimore, Maryland for the Juniata John Hopkins game tomorrow. I will provide at the very least, an update at the end of the game as we look to try to pick up a feed from the Juniata Sports Network here to hopefully bring you play-by-play so you don't miss a beat of Huntingdon Bearcat football. But again, we are going to get ready for kickoff here any moment now as the bands are coming out to the field. We're going to hear the national anthem here presented by the Juniata High School, and we will get ready for Bearcat football here coming up. You've been listening to the pregame show, the Statman and Coach show, pregame show here on the airnetwork.net.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years' experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909. Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join family and friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Coming up Saturday, October 1st, the Moose presents entertainment with rock candy from 8 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 15th, it's DD and the Pub Crawlers. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Shotgun. He hands it to Border, and this time Border's going to lose yardage. Fletcher Hart, Bryson Clark on the blitz, and Josh Parsons. Well, they read that.
Good play by the defensive line up front there.
Wow, that's a 4-yard loss. Going to bring up second down about 13. That board's wrong. It's more than 12. That's at least 13 yards. Down close to 2 minutes to go. Shotgun formation again for the Wildcats. He's going to throw it. He's under heavy pressure. Hit by Bryson Clark. And then Piper's in there along with Parsons, and it's another loss of yardage for Huntington.
Oh, nice job by Juniata. They just kept the pressure on. That was Piper. Missed him the first time, but Piper came back to finish the job.
He did like Barry Sanders on defense. Missed him, came right back and got him again. So that's going to bring up a third down now and 14 for Huntington from their own 41 now.
Juniata's been able to get lots of pressure tonight.
Hundley now in the shotgun. He's going to throw it. It's a little screen pass to Border, and that's not going to get it done. Border's not going to get anywhere, and he might not even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he'll pick up about 4 on the play back to the original line of scrimmage.
So Huntington's going to have to punt with 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Wagner back on his own 25. The snap was high, but they get it away. And Wagner's going to have to let it roll dead about the 14-yard line. We're going to stay right here Pete, you got something for us?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Fall soccer leagues are now forming at the Fayette Area Lions Den. In McAllisterville, there are leagues for youth and adults at the Fayette Lions Den. Beautiful new turf playing surface. Registration deadline October 1st. That's tomorrow for U6, 10, 12, and 14 youth leagues. November 1st for U16. And don't forget the Lions Den 10K race is next Saturday, August 8th. Registration 8 a.m. Race at 9 a.m. Cost $25. Prizes to the top 2 male and female finishers in each category. Call 463-3300, 463-3300 for more information. Thanks, Steve.
Yep. Clark's going to hand it off to Hart. Hart's going to get to the outside. Hart's going to have big yardage, and he's going to get enough for a Juniata first down. So move the sticks. Fletcher Hart with a big run.
Good blocking up front by Juniata. Hart able to pick up 12 yards and a first down. Down to 40 seconds and running here in the first quarter. Juniata with a 14-0 lead.
They got a 1st and 10 now from their own 26-yard line. Good play on first down. Clark under center. Juniata into power I. And there's a handoff up the middle. I believe it's Spencer Page. He's not going to get much.
Number 5, Finkel in on the stop for Huntington.
I think that's going to do it for quarter number 1. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Juniata 14, Huntington nothing. We're going to stay right here, and I want to give you guys this. We're going to do
our halftime trivia question.
Yeah, let me explain here. We're going to do the halftime trivia now, so everybody can get a chance to call in. It's homecoming. So if you know the answer to this. What's the number there, Pete?
It's 513-3643. And again, the trivia question is, Huntingdon and Juniata have played 9 times in their history. Juniata has won once. And what year was it that Juniata beat Huntingdon? It's between the years 1965 and 1975.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Tried to spread things out. Tried to air it out a little bit in their first series, and then, of course, the second series they tried to run it a little bit more, but so far Juniata's been up to the task.
Clark's going to throw this one. Clark's going deep down the far sideline, and wow. That ball is a rare underthrown football by Tyler Clark, and it was almost intercepted, but it was dropped.
Yeah, that ball was right in Price's hands. He just didn't come down with it. And
probably should have come down with it.
I don't know what happened there, but Clark just hung out when that was hung up and just hanging. And with the Price and his speed out there, you can't hang something up in the air that long.
Oh, no, that'd be 14-7 real quick. Well, he was rolling. That was kind of a hard throw to make. He was rolling to his left. He turned around, stopped, and threw back to the right, and he just underthrew it. So now Juniata's facing a 3rd down and 8 from their 28-yard line. And Clark's going to throw it again. He's under heavy pressure, but it's a screen pass to Bryson Clark. Bryson Clark has some room, but I don't know. He might be closer than you think. I thought for a minute he was going to be short. He's going to be short probably by about a yard. I don't think Gary will go for it here on his own side of the field, do you? I think he's going to send the punt team out. No, I wouldn't either.
Lead.
Well, not the way you're playing defense right now either. So it looks like from the 46-yard line, Juniata is going to be a yard short, and they are going to punt. But Juniata gets 24 yards, largely in part to a big run by Fletcher Hart.
You know, you've controlled the whole football game on the offensive and defensive sides. I don't think you want to do anything that's going to give Huntington a spark.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any momentum. So we are going to punt. Looks like Borders back at about his own 30. Punt is away. No, it's Price. Price is going to field it to his 30. He cuts it back, goes up the middle of the field, and he's going to get a decent gain for about 7 yards. And Huntington will put it in play from their own 37. Yeah, I know. I mean, you're looking at this ball game, and you're thinking, there's no way Juniata can't get 1 yard on the ground right now. They've been running it well. But if you don't get it, now they got the ball at your 37, and you might get into a ball game here.
Yeah, the momentum changes real quick if they get it into the end zone and put 7 points up.
Right. So Huntington set to put it in play. First down and 10 from their own 37. Their best field position, starting field position of the ball game. Hunley is in the shotgun. He has Border beside him, and if I'm the coach, I hand it to Border a few times here. And that's what he's going to do. Boy, and there's just nothing there that time. Fletcher Hart on a blitz drops Border for a loss.
I give him credit. Whatever adjustments he's made on that defense, they look good tonight.
They do look good tonight. Well, they're blitzing. Remember, we saw at Tri-Valley, they were spreading us out. We didn't do any blitzing. We were just trying to cover and play straight up D. And now Fletcher Hart was on an all-out blitz right there, and he didn't miss Border. So that's a loss of 2. Second down and 12 now for Huntington. Hunley in the shotgun. They're going to hand it to Border again. And again, Border, well, he breaks a tackle that time. He was caught behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to end up with about a 3-yard gain. But again, that Juniata defense right there to hit him in the backfield, Dan.
And that's what we saw too much of, though, the other week. They had him for a loss, and he broke the tackle. And, that's what happened out there at Tri-Valley. The initial hit, they broke, and then it was nothing but green grass.
Exactly. So that's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 7 for Huntington, their best field position. We're under 10 minutes to go. Juniata with a 14-0 lead. Hunley now in the shotgun. 3rd down and 7. He's going to throw it. He goes across the middle. I don't know if that was caught or not. I thought Piper almost intercepted it, but I think it's going to be incomplete. I couldn't see here if number 89 came away with it or not, but I guess they're going to say no, and they're going to force Huntington to punt. So Huntington 3 and out again. We're at the 9:18 mark. Juniata leading 14-0. And Isaiah Wagner back at his 25. The punt's away, almost blocked. They kick it away from Wagner. Oh, what a roll. It rolls inside the 15-yard line. They kicked it away from Wagner. It rolls inside the 15-yard line. That's where Juniata will put it in play, 1st and 10.
Now the punter's done a nice job kicking away, as you said, and the rolls are just killing Juniata's field position, but so far Juniata's been able to handle it.
Yep. Well, you can't blame Isaiah Wagner for that either. They kicked it way away from like 20 yards, and when it hit the turf, it just took off rolling on a Huntington roll for about 15 more yards. So Juniata's going to put in play 1st and 10 from their 15, already ahead 14-0. So 1st and 10, the Indians are going to put it in play from their own 15, leading 14-0. Power I, Clark under center. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Who's that? I couldn't see the number. That's Page, isn't it? Yeah, Spencer Page. He's going to get positive yardage. That's going to be about 3 or 4 yards. Call it a 2nd down and 6. Bryson Clark comes out. Bryson Clark coming out limping a little bit there. Piper replaces him. We're under 9 minutes to go. Boy, if Juniata could just put a long drive together here and get any kind of points, they'd be looking pretty good here, Dan. Clark, shotgun formation. No, it's Isaiah Wagner again from that Wildcat, and he's going to get good yardage, but a flag on the play, which probably is going to mean a hold.
In that area, you're right. That's probably going to come back.
That's the 2nd time there. They had Clark in the ball game. They slipped Clark out as a receiver and snuck Isaiah Wagner in there, and he took off and ran with it.
This official here just told him who it was. One of the Juniata's coaches were asking. He said he gave him a bear hug.
That's going to cost Juniata 10, so that's going to put it all the way back to the 10. Well, that's going to be about second down, about 15. That's a spot foul, too. That's back from where the hold occurs, correct?
Yeah, in high school football, that's a spot foul.
So second down now and 15. Clark this time under center, spread formation. And they're going to do a little scissors play to Fletcher Hart, and he's going to lose yardage. Fletcher Hart's going to be back close to the 5-yard line. And now Huntington has flipped the field position here if Juniata can't convert on third down about 20.
Well, he lost a 3. That Huntington defense stepping it up that time.
Well, they just all crashed in right there. You think if we'd have ran a slant or something, it might have been Wagner off to the races again. And now Juniata's in disarray here a little bit. They got Pipers coming in here late. Third down and 20 from the Juniata 6. Power I formation. Clark under center. Clark's going to roll to the right, and he's going to throw it. And he has Lawver wide open. Lawver has it. Lawver's going to get the Juniata first down. Nice throw and catch, Tyler Clark to Ben Lawver.
There you go, 3rd and 20, and
it's probably 22.
Ben Lawver out about 20 yards. He catches it and carries the guy for 2.
Boy, Lawver just doesn't miss much, does he? If it hits his hands, or I should say hand, singular, Lawver comes down with a catch. We've seen several one-handed catches by him. That one was just up there higher than the defensive back, and he had no trouble catching it. 1st and 10 now. Juniata from their own 26. Clark in the shotgun. There's a pitch to Fletcher Hart on the sweep. A lot of blockers out front. Fletcher Hart's going to get positive yardage to about the 34-yard line. So that'll be second down to about 4. Give him, I'd say, 6? Yep, on the play. We're under 7 minutes to go. Boy, what a big pass play, Clark to Lawver there.
Yeah.
From the 5.
Yeah, that's some confidence in your offensive line there. Clark ruled out in his own end zone and fired it downfield for the first down.
So second down and 3. There's a handoff right up the middle. That's going to be close to a first down. That's Page. That's enough to move the sticks. We do have 2 winners. We gave out 2 winners tonight. Bonnie Leonard from Metz Road in Thompsontown. She's one of the winners. And Linda Leister from Licking Creek Road. She's one of the winners. The answer was 1968. Was the only time Juniata has beat Huntington unless they come away with a victory tonight. 1st and 10 now. Clark under center. Power I from the Juniata 38. Oh, Juniata's going to get a flag for motion, and that's going to be Ben Lawver on the end. And Lawver was well ahead of the rest of the offensive line.
That's going to cost Juniata 5.
Why is Lawver talking to the official there?
5:57 to play, and Juniata up 14-0.
So that'll cost them 5, and that'll make it first down and 15. Still plenty of time until halftime. So 1st and 15 now. Juniata from their own 34. Power I formation again. Clark under center. There's a fake to Fletcher Hart, and he's going to throw it. And he has Ben Lawver wide open at midfield. Lawver has it, still on his feet to the Huntington 40. Boy, that's just too easy, Dan. I mean, seriously, Lawver is so much taller than any defensive back, and all Clark has to do is get it up there in his hand range, and he's not even being contested whenever it's to him like that.
Nice having a big, tall receiver you can throw the football to, and Clark's been right on the money.
That's another first down. Move the sticks. 1st and 10 now from the Huntington 40. Getting real close to 5 minutes to go until the half. Your Indians leading 14-0.
I'll give that offensive line credit. The first play of the game, they got pressure on. Huntington got some pressure on Clark, but after that, they've had no pressure.
Right. Clark's going to throw it again. Now he's under some pressure. He slips, and he's going to go down for about a 2-yard sack.
Well, no sooner said than, than the pressure comes, and that's 56. Zeb Fowler who's going to get the sack.
Well, I think if Clark doesn't slip there with his plant foot, he gets that pass away. He slipped until he got himself gathered up there. He was under big pressure. But Clark does the right thing. You don't try to force it. He just, I take a 2-yard sack because he'll probably throw it to Lawver here for 20.
That there was probably going to be a quick pass. He only took about a 2-step drop there.
Right. In the shotgun. Handed to Fletcher Hart up the middle, and Fletcher Hart's going to get the lost yardage back. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for Juniata from about the Huntington 40. A long 11, 10.5 yards. So what do you think here now? Go back and pass, throw the ball up high to Lawver. I mean, he got 20 the last time. He should be able to get 10 here. What do you think?
They've done a nice job running Lawver and Wagner. You can suck some people out, and Clark isn't even under center here.
No, it's Wagner. Again, and Wagner's going to run it. And Wagner's going to cut it back, and he's going to get close to a first down. He's still on his feet. He should have it. He's very close to the sticks. Again, they snuck in Wagner and put Clark out as a receiver, and Wagner runs it out of the Wildcat, and it's a first down for Juniata.
Wagner just got in the open field, made a cut, able to get a first down. Juniata will keep the ball. 3:37 to play here in the second quarter with a 14-0 lead.
Juniata now, 1st and 10, just inside the 30-yard line of Huntington. Power I, handoff up the middle to Fletcher Hart. Fletcher Hart's going to get a tough 3 or 4 yards. No, what's that?
That's called stripping the ball out.
After the play's over.
Yeah. Yeah, he was called down. That's called holding them up after you have them tackled, and then working to strip
Make sure
the
you
ball.
got the tackle first, right? Juniata now coming out 3rd down and 6 from about the 26. Power I formation. Clark's going to throw it. Clark's going down the field to Wagner, just out of his reach. Wow. That's only Clark's 2nd or 3rd incompletion of the ball game, isn't it? 5. Well, he must just had some big yardage then. So 3rd down and 6 now, and I'm sure this is 4-down territory for Gary. 3rd down and 6 from the 26-yard line to Huntington. Clark's going to throw it again. This time it's a screen pass. It's complete to Page. Page bounces off of one tackler, and there's going to be a first down for Juniata, but flags are all over the field. It's laundry day out there.
Yeah, this one's coming back.
Are you sure? I thought maybe it might have been illegal contact by the defensive back there, but
that ball was caught and he was running, so.
Well, it would have been a first down.
It may be. They're moving.
I thought I saw when the defensive back come up to the line of scrimmage, he hit Lawver, and Lawver went past him, and I believe he grabbed a hold of Lawver's jersey on this side of the field, and I think that's what you might have got called.
How about a face mask?
Oh, there you go, face mask. That works too. That's 15 yards. We know what's impressive about this drive, Dan. That's the 11th play. So not only is Juniata driving towards a touchdown, they're taking precious time off the clock, and they get the ball starting the 3rd quarter. So 1st and goal now, Indians from the Huntington 7. Clark in the shotgun this time. Fletcher Hart is the back. They're going to do a little scissors play to Piper. Piper's going to bounce it to the outside. He cuts it back. Boy, Piper takes a heck of a hit there right at the goal line. He does not get in, but gets good yardage. 12 plays in this drive. We're down to 2 minutes.
And there you just see some quickness, though. Piper really quick.
Piper comes out. Bryson Clark goes in. The ball's at the 2 now, so you give Piper about 5 on that carry. Second down and goal from the 2. Clark under center this time. This time Bryson Clark is the running back. And they're going to give it to Bryson. And Bryson Clark should be in for the touchdown. Do they give it to him? Yes, they do. The official on the far side, Bryson Clark, a 3-yard touchdown run. Juniata's got a 20-0 lead. Dan, that drive was 85 yards after the penalty on the kickoff.
Yeah, another good drive by Juniata. 2 big drives. Eating up a lot of clock. 20-0. Minute 30 to play, and of course we get Burns on here to attempt the extra point.
Noah Burns ready for the extra point. Ooh, that kick is low, but it got through. I don't know how it got through, but it scoots over the bar. Juniata has a 21-0 lead. We're going to stay here. Pete, do you have anything?
I want to remind you that now open the all-new Curls and Swirls Salon of Mifflintown. Curls and Swirls offers many services to make you look great, including personalized hair colors. They have cuts and styles along with facials, pedicures, manicures, and gel polish applications. Owner and stylist Caitlin Spiegelmeyer invites you to call Curls and Swirls at 436-6120 for an appointment. That's 436-6120. We're open Monday and Tuesday 9 to 7, Wednesday 1 to 7, Thursday 8 to 5, and every other Saturday from 8 until 2. That's Curls and Swirls Salon, Weatherby Way, Mifflintown. Also want to remind you that our snack bar is open, ready to serve you. I know Steve's hungry now.
There you go again with the food, Pete.
Hey, they've been good to us here. They've got coffee, they've got hot chocolate.
Yay!
Puppy pies, along with mac and cheese. I want to mention that, and along with various soups, beef, vegetable, chicken, corn, chicken noodle, hot sausage, barbecue, hamburger, and hot dogs. I promise you I'll stop, Steve.
I hope so. I'm hungry.
Yes. As we get back to about another minute and a half to go here this half.
Minute and a half to go. Juniata out to a big 21-0 lead. And Dan, I have to say, I mean, very little surprises me anymore, but this game kind of surprises me. I did not expect this. It's by no means over, but I did not expect Juniata to handle the run like this the first half.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with their defense tonight. Got pressure on the quarterback, shut down the run game, and offensively they just did a nice job giving Clark time to throw the ball, throwing well, and running the ball well.
There's the kickoff. It's short, and it's going to be fielded by Glenny at about the 15. He's out to the 25, out to the 30, and he's going to be down somewhere between the 32 and 33-yard line. A long 13-play, 85-yard drive by Juniata there. Took about 7 minutes off the clock, and they hit pay dirt, and it's 21-0. And if you're Huntington right now, you got to be concerned, not only because you're down 21-0, but if you don't get points here in a minute 24, Dan, you're giving the ball back to Juniata starting the second half.
Yeah, you'd like to have some points here, but you also don't want to
turn it over.
Yeah, you don't want to create a turnover here.
Now there's Huntington handing it off up the middle of the border. He's going to get positive yardage, and there is Parsons getting into a shoving match with number 76. Who's that?
You don't want to do that right now.
No, they don't want to be getting involved in that. Now there's a timeout by Huntington.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years' experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909.
inside the Juniata 45, and there's plenty of time. There's 1:08 to go, and the clock stops what's going out of bounds in the penalty. And now all of a sudden you give Huntington a little bit of life.
Yeah, that's exactly what Huntington needed.
Man.
They just called a timeout. They're trying to get a touchdown here before halftime and crawl back in it.
Now Hunley in the shotgun from the Juniata 43 now after the penalty. And Hunley's going to keep it this time, and I don't know if he's going to get out of bounds. No, they're going to wind the clock. He's going to get about 3 yards. To about the Juniata 40. 2nd down and 7 now. Clock's running with 54 seconds and counting. From the shotgun. There's a handoff to Border, it looks like, on the motion play. He's going to get a couple more, but not enough for the first down. Now the clock's stopping. I think Huntington's taking another timeout. They do. Pete, do you have any more live reads to do here? You have anything else to do?
Yeah, Stegley's Pet Center in Newport invites you to stop in during Canal Day, which is tomorrow from 9 until 2 in Newport. Come play the Goldfish game at Canal Day tomorrow with proceeds benefiting Newport Youth Baseball. And don't forget, Stegley's has a full line of dog and cat supplies, birds and bird feed. They've got pet fish, aquariums, and plants, along with gerbils and lizards. The list goes on and on. Too many items to mention here. You simply have to see Stegley's to believe it. So stop by and say hi tomorrow during Canal Day, 9 to 2 tomorrow at Stegley's Pet Center on South 2nd Street in Newport. At halftime, we'll have some scores from area games and also some audio of the homecoming ceremonies here at Juniata. So something to look forward to there.
3rd down and 4 now. 38 seconds ago from the Juniata 37. And there's a shuffle pass, and that's going to be Glennie. He's going to be real close to a first down. They're going to stop the clock. I think they're going to move the stick. So Huntington in hurry-up offense right now with 30 seconds to go. Well, it looks like they might measure. It really doesn't matter here, though, Dan. Really, with 30 seconds to go, I'm sure Huntington, this is their deepest penetration. They're going to go for it if it's not a first down. You wouldn't want to punt from here. You only need, at worst, a half yard. I think he's got it by at least half the football. Look at that. Look at that call right there, buddy. Half the football. First down by Glennie, and Huntington will move the sticks. Now, they should be up on the line of scrimmage right here. 1st and 10 now. The Juniata 33. Hunley, shotgun formation. Glennie in motion. They're going to hand it up the middle. There's a big flag, and it's a good thing because it's a big 8-yard run by Border. But I think you're going to find motion on Huntington here. Wow, that's a shame for them because Border just got 8 yards. So illegal motion on Huntington. That's going to set them back. Boy, they were actually getting into. They were down at 25 where they could strike. I don't know how good their kicker is, but they're getting dangerously close here to putting points on the board right before the half. That's going to move them back to the Juniata 38. Boy, that's big and costly. That's going to be now 1st down, 17. From the shotgun, it's going to be Border slipping in there to Wildcat. Bad snap, and Border's going to lose about. No, he's still on his feet. He was down about a 5-yard loss. He ends up getting close to the line of scrimmage, and again, he's thrown down out of bounds late, but this time no flag.
Yeah, that's just poor tackling. That's what we saw at Tri-Valley. I mean, they have him for an 8-yard loss, and he breaks 3 tackles and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, right at the line of scrimmage, at Juniata 38. It should be second down and 23 right now. It's 2nd down and 15. Now there's only 10 seconds. They can't afford to run the football here. They're not going to have any hope of scoring. Hunley now in shotgun. And he's going to throw it. It's a screen pass to Price, a wide receiver screen. Price on his feet. Oh, and he's corralled there at about the Juniata 25, and Huntington's going to call a timeout with 0.2 seconds to go until the half. So now what do you do? If you try a field goal here, it's going to be 42 yards.
I don't think they're going to try a field goal.
I don't think
they're going to try for the end zone.
To be honest with you, Noah Burns could kick it 42 yards for Juniata. I don't know whether their kicker can kick 42 yards. It's like Kurt Condo's running out on the field here. He's going to talk to the Juniata defense here. There's going to be one play to go before the half. Juniata's leading 21-0. 21-0. It's a kind of a surprise here. We expected this to be a back and forth game, and it's not over yet, but we did not expect Juniata to be ahead 21-0 at this point in the ball game. So 1 down to go until halftime unless there's a defensive penalty. Hunley from the Juniata 25 in shotgun formation. Low snap. He's going to throw it. He's going deep into the end zone. A balloon pass that's knocked down by Juniata and it falls incomplete. And that's how the first half's going to end. We go to halftime. Your Juniata Indians 21, Huntington nothing. We'll be back after this. This is Juniata County Radio.
Doing a little tailgating? No. How about tailgating for the big game this weekend? At Mexico Market, you can stock up for your tailgating party. We're talking nachos, chips, pretzels, salsa, dip, soda.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join family and friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Coming up Saturday, October 1st, the Moose presents entertainment with rock candy from 8 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 15th, it's DD and the Pub Crawlers. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909. It's halftime of the Juniata Huntingdon game. Of course, Huntingdon Bearcats playing in Juniata tonight. We thank the Juniata County Radio guys for helping us out, Steve Harris, and, of course, the live feed. Meanwhile, we do have Chad States. He is live in Mifflintown tonight for that Huntingdon Juniata game. And let's see if we can raise him a little bit and see if we can get Chad to call in here. Chad, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Greg. How are you?
Oh, we're good.
It's
Okay.
Get loud here as we have the Juniata band out here for homecoming, but not a great first half for the Bearcats. It's a 21-0 lead for Juniata. Juniata doing it through the air, on the ground, any which way they really want to. They're being led by their senior quarterback, Tyler Clark, who is 6 of 11 for 129 yards and 1 touchdown. His main target has been his big tight end, number 83, Ben Laver, 3 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. They're also getting it done in the ground as they have racked up well over 100 yards in rushing, almost 130 yards in rushing, led by wide receiver Isaiah Wagner, who has 3 carries for 86 yards. So Juniata dominating this from beginning to end here in the first half. Huntington really not doing anything offensively, 70 yards in total offense. Their big horse, Ian Border, 9 carries for 22 yards and just a meager 39 yards passing for the Bearcats. It hasn't been pretty since the onset, as Juniata at the 7:01 mark had a 4-yard touchdown run by Fletcher Hart, making it 7-0. And then about 4 minutes later, Tyler Clark connected on a pass to Ben Laver, a 34-yard pass to make it 14-0. And then at 1:30 to go in the second, it was Clark with a 2-yard run, and Burns added the kick, and it now is 21-0 in favor of Juniata. So the coaches for Huntington have some adjustments to make, and they've got some big adjustments to make as Juniata has really carved them up from one end to the other here this evening, and we'll see what they come out with. Last week Huntington was able to make some adjustments to get out of that tight ball game that they had against Penns Valley, but tonight's a much, much, much tougher and steeper obstacle to climb, as it is 21-0 in favor of the Juniata Indians. Again, a very, very cold, wet, damp night here at Juniata, and just something that Huntington's running game really would love to, get sparked on, but they just can't seem to get going here this evening.
All right, Chad, you had mentioned before that Juniata played some teams, running up the score 84-0. I believe there was a 76-0 score, and we know nothing about those teams, but obviously they must have a pretty potent offense tonight.
Well, and that's what we're seeing, Greg, is the full force of that. These guys can run traps. They can run waggle plays. They can run, they're flaring their tight ends out to the sidelines, and he's a big tight end. So Juniata really has it going. They got the makings of a nice team, and 21-0 against Huntington right now. They're proving that those scores were absolutely legitimate all the way around. And let's not make any mistake about it. They are playing great defense. They held Huntington to 70 yards of total offense, 39 of that through the air, and then a balance on the ground. So they are getting it done defensively as well. So really tough sledding here for the Bearcats. We'll see what the second half brings out. Hats off to the Juniata guys for helping us pick up the feed tonight as we were unable to do so. But, again, tough sledding for the Bearcats. We'll see what the second half brings.
All right, thank you very much, Chad States. Keep up the good work. Chad States, of course, the stat man for the Huntingdon Bearcats for many years, and, of course, we'll hear from him again at the end of the game tonight. Meanwhile, again, thank you to Steve Harris and Juniata County Radio for those guys and allowing us the opportunity to pick up their feed, all because Juniata High has a very tiny press box, and you can only get like 3 or 4 guys in there. And we couldn't fit Jim and also Chad in there this evening. So as a result, Chad is on the sideline tonight doing his stats and also keeping track of what's going on at the game as we send it to you live here throughout the evening. Again, Juniata County Radio. We'll get back to them in just a few moments with their live feed here on the airnetwork.net. So we thank you for listening this evening wherever you might be, online at www.theairnetwork.net, or you can always check us out on the TuneIn app free of charge, and just, of course, put in there The Air Network, 3 separate words, The Air Network, and listen to us anywhere you may be in the world on your phone. Okay, Chad States, of course, will give us all the information post-game tonight. Meanwhile, back to the game coming up in just a few moments here on the airnetwork.net. Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years' experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC, at 643-0909.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join family and friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Coming up Saturday, October 1st, the Moose presents entertainment with rock candy from 8 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 15th, it's DD and the Pub Crawlers. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Practice Physical Therapy Clinic on Industrial Park Road in Mifflintown. CPRS has been serving local athletes for the past 8 years. They have a new office right beside Salzo IP in McAllisterville. So if you need physical therapy, call CPRS at 436-6042. And now we're going to have the halftime ceremony right now. Homecoming here at Juniata High School, live from Dietrich Field.
Welcome everyone to the 2016 homecoming ceremonies at Juniata High School, which is sponsored by the JHS Student Council and the Juniata High School class of 2017. This year, the homecoming queen candidates were selected by various extracurricular clubs at Juniata High School to represent academics, the arts, athletics, career and technical student organizations, and service organizations, as well as a senior class representative. At this time, on behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and administration of Juniata High School, it is our pleasure to introduce to you this year's homecoming candidates. Our first candidate is Lauren Hart. Lauren Hart is the daughter of Jeff and Amy Hart of Mifflin. Lauren was selected as the National Honor Society representative and is enrolled in the college preparatory program at Juniata. She plans on continuing her education at a 4-year school in order to pursue a degree in psychology. Her school activities include National Honor Society, SAD, Key Club, and concert band, and she is a member of the Silk Squad in the marching band. Outside of school, Lauren attends St. Stephen's Lutheran Church and participates in dance at the Margaret McCann School of Dance. Her escort for the evening is Sean Fitzgerald, son of Mike and Tracy Fitzgerald of Port Royal. Diana Kaufman is the daughter of Larry and Cheryl Kaufman of Mifflintown. Diana represents FFA and HOSA and is enrolled in the academic and agricultural programs at Juniata. Her plans after graduation are to attend college in order to become a veterinarian or animal behaviorist and to own her own business. In school, she is a member of the Future Farmers of America, in which she serves as the chaplain. Outside of school, Diana works at Fox's Pizza. Her escort for the evening is Nathan Henry, son of Charles Henry and Elaine Martin of East Waterford. Lily Brown is the daughter of Jeff and Barbie Brown of Mifflintown. Lily represents the service organizations and is enrolled in the college preparatory curriculum at Juniata. She plans to attend a four-year college after graduation to study elementary education. Her activities include fall and winter cheerleading, track and field manager, varsity J, school musicals, drama club secretary, and SAD. Outside of school, she is a member of the Trinity United Methodist Church and Fame All-Stars cheerleading. Her escort for the evening is Tyler Briner, son of Chris Briner and Casey Briner of Port Royal. Sarah Gosshorn is the daughter of Jim and Chrissy Gosshorn of Port Royal. Sarah represents the class of 2017 and is enrolled in the college preparatory program. She plans to attend a four-year college to pursue a degree in psychology. Her school activities include soccer, wrestling manager, track and field, varsity J, Key Club, National Honor Society president, student council, SAD, and senior class student council representative. Outside of school, Sarah is a member of Trinity United Methodist Church and works for Buttonwood Campground and plays travel soccer. Her escort for the evening is Bailey Hackenberry, son of Matthew and Tricia Hackenberry of Mifflintown. Julie Swartz is the daughter of Joel and Jill Swartz of Mifflintown. Julie was chosen to represent the Varsity J Club and is enrolled in the college preparatory program. She plans to attend a four-year college after graduation to study nursing. Her school activities include soccer, basketball, track and field, Varsity J, National Honor Society, SAD, and Drama Club. Outside of school, she attends New Harvest Community Church and plays travel soccer for LDC United. Her escort for the evening is Chase Goodwin, son of Rich and Heidi Goodwin of Mifflin. Brenna Strasser is the daughter of Brian and Kelly Strasser of Port Royal. Brenna was selected as the arts representative and is enrolled in the college preparatory curriculum. She plans to attend college to study physical therapy. She is a member of soccer, marching band drum major, concert band, jazz band, Key Club, SAD, National Honor Society student council representative, senior class historian, team, student council, varsity J, drama club president, technical and lighting crew for school musicals and yearbook staff. Brenna is a member of the Port Royal Lutheran Church, is employed by Buttonwood Campground and Juniata Valley Winery, and plays travel soccer. Her escort for the evening is Eli Lenig, son of Richie Arnold of Port Royal and Jamie Hartley Arnold of Port Royal. Now we would like to introduce to you Juniata's 2015 homecoming queen, Elizabeth Ritzman. Elizabeth Ritzman is the daughter of Jim and Tammy Ritzman of Thompsontown. She is currently attending York College, where she is majoring in elementary education. Her escort for the evening is Brad Strasser, son of Gary and Thelma Leister of Port Royal and Doug Strasser of Millerstown. If you would, please take notice of the table on the near sideline. We have placed 6 individual boxes, 5 of which contain a red rose and 1 contains a white rose. These boxes have been mixed up and shuffled several times by various staff and faculty members here at JHS, and the colors of the flowers inside each box remains a mystery to everyone up to this point. In just a moment, the homecoming candidates will be asked to approach the table to randomly select the box of their choice. Once each candidate has selected their box, they will all be asked to remove the lids of the boxes. The candidate with the white rose will be our new homecoming queen for 2016. And now, would all homecoming queen candidates please approach the table and select a box of your choice?
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join family and friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Coming up Saturday, October 1st, the Moose presents entertainment with rock candy from 8 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 15th, it's DD and the Pub Crawlers. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town. Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909. Listening to Bearcat football on the airnetwork.net in Huntingdon, Pennsylvania. Tonight we join the Juniata County Radio Network for live action between Huntingdon and Juniata from Mifflintown, Pennsylvania. Chad States has updates coming up at the post game tonight. Meanwhile, back to live action momentarily. Tonight at halftime, Juniata leads Huntingdon 21-0 at the half. More action coming your way next on the airnetwork.net, the home of the Huntingdon Bearcats.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Hot dogs, flippy pies. I'm going to try and get Danny Wirtz some fudge here when I get down here in the third quarter.
Stop with that
Steve. Poor Steve. All he can drink is protein shakes. But he is looking fine, and he's getting ready for his bodybuilding competition here coming up. Cheesecake, hot
What is wrong with you?
And hot chocolate there as well. Macaroni and cheese as the team makes their way back onto the field here for the second half. And I do want to remind you one more thing, that we are simulcasting live on AirNet in the Huntingdon County area, since we are now hosting Huntingdon. Juniata County Radio also on the MixLR app. Download the MixLR app from iTunes or Google Play and listen to Juniata County Radio fast and easily on your smartphone. Just download the app, type Juniata Indians in the MixLR app search bar. And again, that download is available from iTunes or the Google Play Store. It's absolutely free. So we're getting ready for second half action. I'll try and get you a protein shake down at the concession stand.
I just drank one. I'm good now.
Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say I'm good. I mean, I'm still hungry, but I did ingest something anyway.
Poor guy. He's eating like lettuce.
Oh, yeah! You know what's funny is I've been doing this since April, Pete, and actually this is the first time the last week I actually started getting hungry.
What? Okay.
I don't know why
You're
now.
feeling better overall that you've lost like 40
Oh yeah,
pounds.
I have a lot more energy. I mean, it's not hard to get up in the morning. I just look like a pencil compared to what I think I looked like before.
You're kidding!
Good luck to you in your competition. That's going to be huge.
And Todd Will is doing it with me. He's dropped close to 40 pounds as well.
Wow.
He's let down to like 201.
No soda, no candy bar.
I've drank one soda, one Coke.
Wow.
Since April 1st.
What is wrong with you?
Yep. And you know me, man.
Yeah, well, good luck, Steve, on that. Brad Strasser with us here tonight. He was with the homecoming court. Welcome back to town. You were escorting last year's queen.
Yes, it was. It's good to be back.
Yeah, and how things going for you? You're at Penn State Harrisburg now.
Everything's going really well. I wanted to come up here to say, for anybody listening out there, 2 years in a row now, I've predicted the winner of the homecoming court. It all comes down to suit choice. So last year I was out there. I was the only one wearing a gray colored suit while everybody else was wearing black, and my date happened to be the winner. This year I looked at all the suit choices, and there was one guy wearing a gray suit, and I said, that guy's going to win the homecoming. His date's going to win homecoming.
What? See, wait a second. That's a bunch of crap. You know which box the white rose is in. That's what you're doing. Yeah.
I wish I
did. How much money did you win on the bet tonight? That's what I want to know.
People were asking me, who do you think's going to win this? And I said, see him right there, Bailey Hackenberry in the gray suit? His date's going to pick the right box.
You're kidding!
If not, they won. So.
I think you got some underhanded money going on here with bets or something that you're able to know which who's winning.
Whoa.
Is that it?
Well, that's good to see you again, sir. Best of luck to you as you continue. Everything going well for you down at Penn State Harrisburg.
Thank you.
And, you picked the right major.
Oh, no. That was a mistake.
Whenever you get a chance.
All right, yeah. I love working with Juniata County Radio. It's a great program, and I love being involved with it.
Thank you, Brad. Good to see you again. Stay dry. I know, yeah. It's a nice suit, even though it's black. All right.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join family and friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Coming up Saturday, October 1st, The Moose presents entertainment with rock candy from 8 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 15th, it's DD and the Pub Crawlers. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years' experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909.
Now back to more Bearcat football exclusively on the airnetwork.net.
Big swipe at the air.
So that'll bring up first down and 10 now. Juniata from their own 48. First drive of the second half. They already lead 21-0. Clark will set up again. Shotgun formation. He's going to throw it. Screen pass. This time to Fletcher Hart. And Fletcher Hart's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Yeah, that's a pretty good read. Jarius Warner out there, he make the tackle, but he slowed him up for the rest of the Huntington team.
Well, Juniata just didn't have enough people out there to block everybody. Huntington was bringing more people that we could block, and Fletcher did a good job to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10 now. Clock rolling, just what Juniata wants to have happen. Second down and 10 from their own 48. Clark in the shotgun. He's going to throw it again. He rolls around to his right. Got a short man, Piper. Piper has it. He's out of bounds. I'm going to guess 46-yard line of Huntington, so about a 5 or 6 yard gain. Now they're using Piper in the run game and in the pass game. That'll bring up third down about 4. A long 4 for Juniata. First drive of the second half. They lead 21-0. We're now already under 10 minutes to go. Third quarter. Clark again in the shotgun. There's going to be Spencer Page up the middle. Spencer Page still on his feet, but I believe he's going to be short. They're trying to pull the ball out, but he's not going to get to the sticks. So now what do? Do you punt Huntington deep here? It'll be fourth down to about 2.
I just pinned them deep.
Yeah, I would too. They haven't shown they could get there.
Looks like he's thinking about going for it. I mean, I wouldn't give them any field position. You're up 21 points here. They're going to go for it.
Even if this goes into the end zone, if you punt and they get it to 20, they got to go 80 yards. I think I'm with you. I think I punt here, but Gary's going to go for it. He's trying to put the dagger in right away here.
They've been pretty good. Fourth and a long 1.
Power I, under center. Handoff up the middle to Spencer Page. And boy, it's going to be close. Boy, that's close. That's right at the stick. If you look at the sticks on the other side, I don't know how they're going to give that to them. They're going to have to measure it.
Yep,
and they're going to
bring
measure
them out.
And it's all going to depend on the spot of the football. And I'm telling you, folks, it's close. And I called the last 2. Boy, I can't call this one. I think they're either going to miss it by like a quarter of the football or make it by the quarter of a football, I think. I think it's that close.
It is close.
I mean, it's going to be inches either way here. Look at that. Are they short?
They're short.
They're short by about an inch. You can never doubt me, Dan.
That's about as close as you can get without picking it up. So Huntington The defensive unit for Huntingdon holds 21-0, 8:48 to play here in the third quarter. And Huntingdon will take over from their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, and that's why I think, I'd have probably punted there, because if that happens, now you set Huntingdon up at their own 42, 1st and 10. And Hunley's going to be in the shotgun. They hand it to the big boy up the middle, and he's going to get a couple. Border for a couple.
Up front, Parsons slicing through with another red jersey to knock his feet out. They've done a much better job up front tonight.
Oh, this has been a much better defense against the run tonight than we saw against Penns Valley or against Tri-Valley. And honestly, Border come in with 698 yards in 5 games, so he's getting a boatload of yardage against some good teams. Clearfield, Tyrone. So 2nd down and 8 now. Hunley, shotgun formation. Border is the running back. He's going to fake the Border. They're going to run it right up the middle. That's got big yardage. Hunley's in the secondary. It's a foot race to the end zone. Are they going to catch him? No, they're not going to get him, and Hunley's going to go all the way for a Huntingdon touchdown, and that's just what we didn't want to have happen.
56 yards, Hunley right up the middle. That's what we saw at Tri-Valley. They missed him. They didn't make the tackle in line of scrimmage. It busted it wide open up the middle, and boy, give Hunley some credit. I was surprised nobody caught him. He's got some good speed.
Well, he's a big boy, a big quarterback. He reminds you kind of like a Tim Tebow type here, a big, solid kid. Well,
sophomore, 6'1", 205 pounds, and moves well.
There's the try for point. It's up, and it is good. And just like that, 7:58 to go in quarter number 3, and Huntingdon has climbed back in it. It's 21-7. We'll be back right after this. This is Juniata County Radio.
Making a good impression with your business starts with your image. And whether that image is your signs, letterhead, or business cards, you don't trust your image with just anyone. Impressions Printing of Mifflintown has been helping area businesses design the right envelopes, forms, tickets, and banners, and they would like to help you. They even do wedding and party invitations, as well as door-to-door direct mailings. Make the right impression with Impressions Printing, West River Road, Mifflintown. Open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4, Friday, 8 to 3. Call 436-2030. Impressions Printing, fast, friendly, affordable.
We're back live, everybody. Juniata gives up a big 56-yard touchdown run by Hunley, the quarterback, right up the middle. Right after going for a 4th down and 1, Juniata missed it by inches. 2 plays later, Huntington's back in this ballgame, folks, 21-7.
At 21-7, 7:58 to play. Big run, 56 yards, real quick. I didn't realize that quarterback was that big till you said. And I
saw him running. He's a big boy.
6'1", 205 pounds, and a sophomore. So, he's got 2 years left here. And
right.
So we're going to have to wait and see. I expect Huntington to kick this away deep, just crawling back in it here. I won't want to give Juniata any kind of field position. Juniata's offense has looked good tonight.
Yeah, because they did just miss that 1st down by an inch. And they will kick it deep, and it will be Piper from the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to the 30. Piper's got some room, and he's out close to the 35-yard line for Juniata. Another good return by Zach Piper. Well, now, Juniata's still up by 2 scores, but the pressure kind of on Juniata now. They don't want to go 3 and out. They want to be able to drive the football here a little bit. There's plenty of time to go in this ball game. All right, Tyler Clark brings Juniata out. Power I formation. 1st and 10 from the 35. Clark's going to throw it. He has Wagner wide open. Wagner has it at midfield and inside Huntington territory. Tyler Clark to Isaiah Wagner.
Well, 15 yards. That pass just sort of hung up there a little bit and allowed the defense to catch up and take Wagner down.
Nice play, nice pitch and catch. Clark to Wagner on 1st down. Move the sticks. Juniata 1st and 10 from the Huntington 48 now.
Yeah, that's a good answer by Juniata. Coming out and doing a little play action, getting up in the air, and a big pickup of 15 on the 1st down.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. That was nice play action by Clark out of the power I. Now Juniata in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Clark's going to throw it again. He's rolling to his right. And I don't know if he throws that away or he was.
I think he threw it away. Good job. Pretty good coverage out there that time.
So that pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the Huntingdon 48.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is throw an interception there, and I think it's just a good job by Clark. He threw it where either his guy was going to catch it or it was going out of bounds.
Right. Nobody open that time. Well, when you roll out to the one side of the field, you limit yourself to half the field there, too. So if nobody's open, you either run or dump it, and he dumped it.
Yeah, I like that, though. He's rolling here to the right. Right-handed, much easier throw.
Right. In the shotgun now. Clark's going to throw it again. This is a screen pass. He connects with Piper, and Piper is leveled. Helmet-to-helmet hit, and he's going to lose 5 yards.
40-40. That's border.
Wow.
He just cleaned it up. I know people are yelling, but I think that's a good play.
That is a good play. It wasn't a purposeful helmet-to-helmet hit. It was just a good hard-running tackle by Border. And Juniata now all of a sudden going backwards. 3rd down and 15 from their own 46-yard line, not quite the 47. Well, Piper took a hit, but he bounced right back up.
Hey, he's a tough kid.
He is tough.
You don't see him stay down long.
No. Clark in the shotgun. 3rd down and 15 now. There's a scissors play inside to Spencer Page. He's still on his feet. And Spencer Page is going to get close to the original line of scrimmage. But it's not going to be anywhere near enough for the 1st down. He's right at midfield. It'll be 4th down and 10. I'm sure Juniata is going to punt it here now.
Well, you just almost saw Huntington cost themselves there. They're trying to strip the ball on Page. He almost broke that, and good thing they held on and got him 11 yards short. But if he breaks that last tackle, it could turn into a disaster for Huntington.
Now, just like Juniata did the end of the first half, they only took 1 minute and 30 off the clock here. Now they got to punt to Huntington. Price is back at his own 20. It's going to bounce. He's going to almost field it, but he lets it roll to his 15.
Yeah, that's a good decision. All he had was about 6 red jerseys in front of him.
Yeah, and the worst thing he could possibly do right there is try to pick that football up and turn it over at the 15 and almost making the score 28-7 automatically there. We're going to stay here.
Up 5:39 to play. Juniata with a 21-7 lead, and then after that ball, about the 15-yard line of Huntington?
Yep. Big drive here for Huntington right now. Huntington, if they could put together a long, sustained drive here, use up this whole 3rd quarter and get a touchdown, you'd have a quarter to go, 21-14. You're just going to sit that M&M in front of me and just taunt me, aren't you?
Just want to see if that's going to make it through the night.
So Huntington 1st and 10 from their own 15. There's a handoff up the middle, and this time it looks like the big boy for big yardage. Is that Border?
I believe it is.
That's Border for almost 10, maybe more than 10.
Yeah, that's a big gain. They're looking
9
at
yards.
2.5 yard.
And all of a sudden, Juniata, who's been playing great defense, seems like, Dan, they're back on their heels just a little bit here. 2nd down and a short 1. Under center, I formation. There's a handoff again. Wow, they hit him in the backfield again. He spun away. I don't know if he got any yardage or not, though.
I think he got enough to pick up that 1st down. That was a nice job by Border. His foot slipped, and it looked like he was...
Now they're going to mark him short by about a football.
Going down, but he got spun there. I can't believe you don't measure that.
Well, they are measuring it now. They just called timeout for a measurement.
I was going to say, the 3rd yard stick was right at the 1st down stick, and I was like, I can't believe you don't measure that.
Well, this one's as close as the other one. However, it was only on 2nd down, so they're going to get another down to pick it up regardless. I think they got it by about an inch. They do.
I think they got that by the distance Juniata missed it
theirs,
by.
Right? So move the sticks. Huntington now 1st down and 10 from their own 26. Clock is running. Under 5 minutes to go, quarter number 3. Juniata with a 21-7 lead. Hundley this time will work out of the shotgun. And we don't have a receiver covered out here in the slot here, Dan. Nobody's covering him. And they run away with Glennie. And Dan, we saw that. He's not going to get much, a yard or two. I don't know how we're getting away with that. If Huntington's not seeing it, they had 2 receivers to the near side. We only had one covered with Jeremiah Parsons, and nobody covered the other receiver.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. I mean, they had to see it on the game film at Dry Valley. How many times it's happened, and you think Huntington would have saw it.
All he has to do is look out that way, and the receiver puts his hand up, and the other receiver runs him off, and it's wide open for big yardage. So Hundley now, shotgun, 2nd down and 9. And they're going to hand it off, and it's going to go up the middle to the big boy, and he's going to get another 3.
That's a pretty good job. That's Clark in there from his linebacker spot.
I'll tell you, Dan, Border now, he's running with a full head of steam behind him right now that he wasn't doing in the first half.
Well, I'm just wondering what happened there because the initial series, he didn't play any. I wonder if he was in the
trouble.
doghouse.
Yeah, he might have had to sit for a quarter or something. He didn't play in the first quarter. Well, now it's 3rd down and 5, and you got to think with Border, it's a makeable 5 just by handing it off to him. Hundley now. And they're going to hand it to Border. He's going to hand it off to Glennie, and Glennie's going to get enough for the first down.
And they had him. That's just, again, he broke a couple tackles.
That's that same play they ran the first half.
He got 6 yards and a first down.
So move the sticks again. Huntington doing just what we said. Ball controlled. They're out to their own 37 now. 3:11 to go, 3rd quarter. Juniata up 14, 21-7. It's been a tale of 2 halves so far. Juniata got shut down on that 4th down and a yard. And since then, Huntington's been on a roll. Shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off. That's not going to get much. A yard, maybe 2. Good defense by Page and Parsons in there.
Yeah, that's a nice job there shutting that down.
That's already the 6th play of this drive here. And they're not even in midfield yet, but they just continue to move the sticks on 3rd down. Now number 7's coming in the game. Who's 7?
7 is Jarius Warner.
He's going to be, I haven't seen him in the game. He's going to come out here as a receiver.
As running back and quarterback.
He's coming in as a receiver here. Now we got both receivers covered. Hundley, shotgun formation. He's looking to throw it. He's going deep down the sideline. He has Price open, and Price has it. And Price is inside the 35, down at the 30 of Juniata, 1st and 10. He just ran right by Wagner and Jeremiah Parsons, and he's wide open.
Yep, he just threw it, time and pattern, threw it up, and his receiver went and got it. Price, good job by Price. He just kept his eye on the ball, and Juniata sort of got their backs turned. I don't think they saw the football.
1st and 10 now from the Juniata 30. Juniata leading 21-7. 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
And this is Border.
Yeah, Border in the Wildcat formation. But he's going to run it right up the middle, and he's not going to get hardly any. Juniata had that red.
That came slicing through there. Is that number 50? 50 came slicing through and got him at the feet. It was a low snap, the Borders, that threw it off initially, but a good job by 50.
What is that? You got the book. It's on the back page. Juniata.
Oh, there it is. Look at that. That would be Wade Moore in there.
Now Hundley in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Boy, he takes a hit there. He gets inside the 30, but not much there. Down close to a minute to go. That's going to bring up 3rd down, and I'm going to say about 7 or 8. Call it 7. Short 8, so 7 yards. And I bet you Huntington's in 4-down territory right here, Dan. At the Juniata 27, 4-down territory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
I formation. Come on, these linebackers got to be looking for big number 44 up the middle. No, and they're going to throw it, and he's in trouble. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to, he got leveled by Ben Lawver trying to spin out of a tackle, and it's going to be a 7 or 8 yard loss back to the 38-yard line, almost a 10-yard loss.
Well, you got to give Juniata credit. I think they brought the house and got to him. He had one opportunity to get rid of that football, and he didn't get rid of it. His foot sort of slipped back, and After that, it was over.
That's going to do it for quarter number 3. Juniata 21, Huntington 7. We'll stay here. Pete, do you have something for us?
Pennsylvania
ball is coming,
College
Steve.
provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information. And now, back to Huntingdon Bearcat football on the airnetwork.net.
30 behind the defense, but it's well overthrown, and Juniata's going to hold.
Nice play. He had to wait for him, and he just overthrew him. He had a receiver out there. He just plain out messed him.
Wow, that's a big stop by Juniata.
Yeah, pretty good play design. You know, Porter just, I think, needed to wait a couple more. His receiver was open and behind the defense. He would have just waited a little bit more time.
Put a little air underneath the ball, and he had him. Well, that's a tough series for Huntington. They moved the ball 50 yards. In 11 plays, took a lot of time off the clock, but have nothing to show for it. Now Juniata's 1st and 10 at their own 35. Clark under center, spread formation. They're going to hand it straight up the gut to Bryson Clark, who's going to get 3.
That's big 76 in there for Huntington. Hold his name a lot here. That's Brian Spack.
Now, I'm sure Gary would just like to have about a 10-play drive here, even if they don't get points. If they can take this clock down to about 6 minutes to go in the ball game, you'd have a 2-score lead and things be looking pretty good. Tyler Clark's in no hurry. 2nd down and 8 from the Juniata 37-yard line. Clark, shotgun formation. And he's going to throw it. Oh, he has Lawver wide open, but can he get it to him? Well, Clark took a shot there when he got rid of the football, but he did get rid of it. Now you got to wonder, is Clark all right?
That's a good job. I think he just unloaded it out of bounds. He had Lawver early, but he just couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, he had too much pressure.
Yeah, the defense had him covered after that, so just couldn't find him.
We had Lawver open right away, though. Lawver would have been going down the sideline for a big game, but he just couldn't get the ball to him. 3rd down and 8 now. Again, now there's a penalty. What is that?
I wonder if that is on the sideline over there.
Well, it's very, very late, so it couldn't be on the play, I wouldn't think.
Boy, and it's right in front of Huntington's sideline. I mean, I'm like you, that could not be on the play. Almost has to be on the sideline over there.
What would they be doing on the sideline to cause that penalty?
Oh, boy, if that's...
I mean, there wouldn't be anything to argue there, would there?
You're looking at 3rd and 8.
That'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, I'm kind of mystified myself on that, what happened there. All the referees are out talking about it, though. Oh, no.
Oh, that's a terrible call.
Now they're calling intentional.
Oh, that is a horrible call. All he has to do is get the ball back to the line of scrimmage. When he's outside the pocket, the ball landed at the 40-yard line. The line of scrimmage is a 35. That's a horrible call. And that's going to cost Juniata the down and yardage.
No, I know the NFL rule, and if that's the high school rule, he got it back to the line of scrimmage.
It landed 1st and 10 now, Juniata from their own 47 on a big play. Clark to Clark. Clark now directing traffic out here, moving Page back, spread formation. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a scissors play with Fletcher Hart. Fletcher Hart's going to get 3.
I don't know what was said at halftime in the Huntington locker room, but definitely they look like they're a lot more aggressive here in the second half.
They're playing much better D. Here comes Bryson Clark out again kind of gingerly. I don't know if he had a cramp or something, but Bryson goes in for 2 or 3 plays and then comes out. Piper going in.
Give the Juniata line credit, though. They've opened holes, and, these running backs have been able to pick up 3 or 4 yards in a clip, and then they mix in a pass there.
Yep.
They've mixed it up, and, they're keeping Huntington on their toes on the defensive end.
I can't help it, though. That grounding call is terrible.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was a bad call.
Clark now, 2nd down and 7, in shotgun formation. Rolling to his right. He's going to throw it. Throws it down, out of bounds. Again, trying to throw that to Piper, but the only place he can throw it, either Piper catches it or it goes out of bounds, and it goes out of bounds. 3rd down now and 7.
And you're down to 9:38 to play. You're up 21-7. You just don't want to, have a turnover here. You take what you can get on 3rd down. If you have an open receiver, you hit them, but I don't think you force anything.
No, there's nothing wrong with punting the football right here.
Just pull it down, and here we go. We got Wagner's going to be back here at quarterback.
Yeah, and Clark is a receiver, and they're going to hand it to Fletcher up the middle. And he's going to be about 6 yards shy.
That's a good job by Huntington. A host of white and blue jerseys in there.
So Wagner hands it to Hart. Hart's going to be about 6 yards shy. But they did the job. They're going to take it down to the 9-minute mark here at least. 4th down and 5. And they're going to punt the football away. So Juniata gets 18 yards on that drive, which isn't bad considering they got a bad call on the intentional grounding. So they're set to punt it away. I think Price is back. He is at his own 20 or 15. Boy, that kicks a bad kick off the side of the foot, but it takes a Juniata roll. And it's going to go dead about the 20-yard line. So we're going to step away here real quick. We have 9 minutes to go before the end of the game. This is Juniata County Radio.
Custom screen printing and embroidering for businesses, schools, sports teams.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence. And now, back to Huntingdon Bearcat football on the airnetwork.net.
He's going to go out about Owen Parsons levels him on the sideline. We'll give him about 4 there.
Good pursuit across the field, as you said. Parsons gets him over at the Huntington bench.
And that was a good play by Parsons because he started at left tackle or left defensive line. He ran the whole way across the field to make that tackle.
That was Price. What did he get, about 5 on that?
Yeah, 5. So 2nd down and 5 from their own 37. Under 8 minutes to go now. Huntington trails by 14. Hunley. Shotgun formation. The big boy Border is going to get it. Border kill. Oh, he's good. Bryson Clark on a blitz is going to stop Border for a loss. Border started up the field, tried to bounce it outside. He's better off going straight at him and not trying to go to the outside, I think. But it's a loss of yardage.
Well, I think the linebacker play tonight, the blitzes have really helped Juniata out against the run tonight.
Oh, yeah, but nobody picked up Bryson Clark. He just came in there free, and he had a beat on Border right away. Now it's 3rd down and 8. Huntington now in a situation where they're going to almost have to make these 3rd downs. We're getting close to half of this 4th quarter being gone here. Shotgun formation. He's going to throw it. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to go down. Ben Lawver. A big loss for Huntington. It's going to bring up 4th down. Just when Juniata needed a big play, Lawver delivers.
Yeah, Huntington doesn't have a chance. A choice. They got to kick this away.
You can't go for it.
6:30 to play, but yeah, you're too deep in your own territory, and
they're going to have to kick it. Wagner's at.
That's
it's a bad snap. Oh, and Piper just missed the block. Wagner's going to fair catch it at about the 43-yard line.
That was a nice job by Huntley. As you said, a bad snap, and he still got the kick off.
Now, if you're Huntington here, Dan, I think you got to sell out.
Here you look up. You got 6:17 to play. Still have time. You need to get a stop here in these first 3 plays and get the ball back.
I think you got to sell out and run here. If I'm Gary, I know I've complained in the past about him running the ball, but I'd run the ball 3 straight times right here. You take this ball game down to about 4 minutes to go. It really puts the pressure on Huntington to throw, and they haven't thrown well tonight. So 1st and 10 from the Juniata 38. They lead 21-7. They're going to come to the line into power I, although if they would play action passer, they probably have Lawver wide open. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. I think that's Spencer Page, and Spencer Page is going to get about 5.
That was a nice job by Page, staying on his feet, driving, kept picking up yardage.
We're down to 6 minutes to go now. 2nd down and 5. Here comes Bryson out again. I hope he doesn't have an injury. He's been playing like 2 or 3 plays and then coming out. I don't know if it's by design, but he looks like he's limping every time.
I think that's probably by design. I think they're sending the plays in with the back.
That could be.
I think it's Piper here. Piper's taking the plays in.
Power I formation. Clark taking a lot of time, just like he should. A handoff to Fletcher Hart, not much there.
Well, that's a nice job by that up front crew. Again, 76 pouncing up there. I see. Looks like 14 also coming up.
Well, they're selling out with the run here.
Newingham along with Speck again on the stop for Huntington, but no gain there.
Juniata now facing a 3rd down and 5 from midfield. Boy, Tyler Clark's a very intelligent quarterback. He's taken that play clock down. The last time, the back judge was raising his hand, counting down the seconds before he snapped the ball. And we're under 5 minutes to go again. We'll see if Tyler does the same thing. Power I formation. Nope, he snaps it before that. Here's Page. Oh, Page trying for the 1st down. He's real close to the sticks.
I think he got it.
I think he does. From where it's spotted, he's got it by a foot length of the football. They're going to. They don't think you have to measure that.
That last spin.
Yep. I think he's got this one by most of the football.
Yeah, that last spin, I think he was able to pick that up. 21-7, Juniata, 4:32 to play, and we're going to look here, right in front of us.
Look at that. Length of the football, Danny. Don't doubt me. 1st and 10, Juniata from the Huntington 46.
Your eyes are going mad. That's a football and a half.
Here's some scores. Line Mountain 20, Halifax 6. Clearfield 28-0 over Bellefonte. Selinsgrove 19-6 over Jersey Shore. Tyrone 20, Bald Eagle 7. Juniata Valley 12, Northern Bedford nothing. Bellwood Annis 27, Williamsburg 6, and Central Cambria 10, Bishop Carroll nothing. Juniata now power I. We're down to 4:18 to go. Clark taking all kinds of time off the clock. He's looking at the back judge here, waiting for the hand to go in the air. Now he snaps it, hands it off to Fletcher Hart. Fletcher Hart still on his feet. Nice run by Fletcher Hart for 6 or 7 yards on first down.
You have to wait for the spot, but he might have got 8 or 9 on that.
Well, Huntington's in a position, they were doing what Juniata was doing at Tri-Valley. They're trying to strip the football. I think Huntington might have called it.
Yeah, Huntington's going to take a timeout here with 4 minutes to play, trailing 21-7.
4 minutes exactly to go in the ball game. And Dan, even though Juniata hasn't scored on offense in this second half, you got to like the performance so far. They pretty much stopped the run except for one big play.
Yeah, the defense has played much better tonight. It's like I said, I think they've blitzed, brought the linebacker pressure tonight, and they've been able to make tackles and line up front. Done a pretty good job. Other than one big play up the middle from the quarterback for the 56-yard touchdown run, they pretty much held Huntington intact tonight.
Yes, they have. Clark now gets the play. 4 minutes to go, 2nd down and 3.
Juniata in great shape here. 2nd and 3. Ball resting just inside their own 40-yard line, or from the Huntington 39.
Power I formation, hand off to Fletcher Hart. He's not going to get much.
Oh, he's still driving. He may have picked that up.
I can't believe that. Well, it's close. Well, we just got word Newport 56, Upper Dolphin 7. That's no big shock. That ball game's over. So that's going to bring up a big game next week, Dan. Here, Juniata holds on to this game like they really should. Here with 3:51 to go. That's going to bring Newport in here next week at 6-0 and Juniata at 5-1. That ought to be a whale of a ball game.
Well, and Huntington had to burn a timeout. I'm not so sure I wanted to ask the referee for a measurement.
Yeah.
You know, look where that ball's resting. They have it marked a half-yard short, but that looks closer. That looks closer to that first down to me than that yard marker.
Well, I think if Juniata gets this first down here, that about wraps it up. Now that Huntington's used 2 timeouts already.
Don't be jinxing us.
Now, on the other hand, if they don't get it.
Fumble, see, now you're trying to jinx us.
I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm just trying to bring the game live to the people.
Well, it's 3rd and a short one.
Ain't that a
51 to play, 21 to 7.
Battery load's the worst thing to happen.
Here we go, 3rd and 1.
When these
Again,
police is out there running shit.
Huntington has 9 in the box. There's the handoff. That should be good enough. Spencer Page. He'll move the sticks. First down, Indians. Another score, Mifflin County 29, Greencastle 10. Mifflin County is about to win their 2nd game in a row. After starting the season off with 3 tough opponents.
Huntington's going to burn their last time out here to stop the clock. 3:46 to play, up 21 to 7. Juniata, and Juniata in pretty good shape here. Bearcats are out of timeouts.
Well, you and I got to start thinking the player of the game here. And I'll tell you my initial thought, and you tell me what you think. I'm thinking possibly Josh Parsons on that defensive line, clogging up the middle and stopping the run tonight.
I'd say it's between him and Bryce and Clark.
Well, we could do co-MVPs again because they're probably right now.
I think Parsons on the line, Clark from the linebacker on that defense have done a
heck of a job.
A real nice job, and Clark had that big catch on 3rd and 20 too.
Power I, 1st and 10. Fletcher Hart up the middle. Fletcher Hart's getting big yardage again. Somewhere between 5 and 6 yards. We're down to 3:30 to play. Juniata leading 21 to 7. It'll be about 2nd down and 4.
I thought it was going to be the Isaiah Wagner show tonight here.
If at the beginning it looked like it was going to be.
94 yards in the first half, but again, Huntingdon out here defensively and played a much better half.
Yep. 2nd down and 4. Power I. This time it's Piper. Piper's not going to get much, if any. But what it does is that's the 10th play of the drive. Under 3 minutes to go. That'll bring up a 3rd down now. And Piper's going to come off. I don't know if Piper has a cramp or what, but he's limping off. Bryson Clark going back in. 3rd down and 4 now. Clock ticking. It's in Juniata's favor. The big thing is Huntingdon needs 2 scores, not 1.
Juniata 3rd and 4, 2 down territory. They're just eating clock.
Yep. Power I formation. Clark's going to throw it here. He rolls out to the right. Now he's going to slide down. Smart thing to do right there.
Again, that's that, you said it earlier. He misses Lawver. As soon as he rolls out, he's going to release that ball.
Right away.
He has him. He has him on that out. And until he rolls and gets around the defensive end out there, it's too late.
Right. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 9 now. Clark losing 5 yards on the slide. That's technically a sack.
And that's a safe percentage. That's a nice job by Clark, not taking a chance, rolling out, sliding. The clock continues to run.
Well, if he throws it out of bounds, the clock stops. If he throws an interception, you turn it over. The best thing to do is go down.
Yeah, you're going to take it down to a minute here. And Huntingdon needs 2 scores. Their worst enemy's the clock right now.
Exactly. So 4th down and 9 now, and it looks like where would we call a timeout here?
Well, I think it was getting down close to the play clock. I don't think Gary wanted a penalty or anything here on 4th down, so.
But another nice play by Tyler Clark at quarterback there. He could have threw it out of bounds, give Huntingdon another minute or so to work with. Could have forced it and threw an interception. He just slides down, takes the sack, and the clock continues to run.
Well, Clark's had a nice night back there throwing the football. He's had a nice game. I mean, all around, Juniata had a solid ball game here tonight, other than the 156-yard run for the touchdown. I think
played very well.
I think that defensive line really played well tonight. The linebackers coming up in the blitzes. Give someone credit for game plan tonight against that run.
Yep.
And they really locked it down.
Juniata set to put in play now. 4th down and 9. Clark in the shotgun. And he's going to throw it. He's going to throw it deep down the far sideline. And Lawver goes up for it. It's incomplete. The ball will go over to Huntingdon with 1:17 to go.
I didn't get a number over there. That's good defense. I believe that's Price. I believe that was 2 back there on the defense.
Yeah, I think
Price
you're right.
has had a nice game for Huntingdon tonight.
So we're going to stay here. 21-7 Juniata. 1:17 to go in the ball game. Hundley's in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. I don't know what that's going to do because big Josh Parsons stopped that before it got started.
Yeah, I'd be lighting the airways.
Yeah, I would too. He's in the shotgun this time, and he's going to throw it. And he's under heavy pressure. Now he's going to run it. He's going to get to the sidelines. He's going to get positive yardage. But it's only going to be about 4 or 5 yards, and we're down to 52 seconds to play in the ball game. So Huntingdon now, 3rd down and 8, 52 seconds to go. Juniata's up 21-7. Hundley in the shotgun. He's going to throw it. Under pressure again, and again he's going to go down for a big sack. Piper was in that time. Lawver was in there that time. Now the clock's running down close to 30 seconds. 4th down and 8. Huntington in the hurry up. This could be their last play of the ball game. Hundley in the shotgun. And they're going to hand it off. And that's not going to be anywhere near. That's going to turn it over on downs. And that will just about do it. I imagine this will just be a kneel down here by Tyler Clark to end the ball game. It should be. Juniata's in victory formation. And there it is. One kneel down by Tyler Clark. And that'll do it. Juniata is going to come away with a big 21-7 victory over Huntington. We'll be back after this with the post-game show. This is Juniata County Radio.
Your health. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223 is the heart of the community. Becoming a member of the Huntingdon Moose enables you to join family and friends who have served the community for over 100 years. Coming up Saturday, October 1st, the Moose presents entertainment with rock candy from 8 to 11 p.m. Then on Saturday, October 15th, it's DD and the Pub Crawlers. The Huntingdon Moose Family Center 223, serving the community with the best value in town.
Brenneman's Meat Markets are celebrating nearly 70 years in providing Huntingdon County with quality USDA-approved processed pork, chicken, and beef products. Brenneman's has 2 locations in the county where the tradition of the finest meats are found in the region. Stop by Brenneman's Huntingdon weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 3. Mount Union, open 9 to 5 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Choose specials of $10 to $50 meat packs containing your favorite meats. Or stop by and ask about our select custom cuts, prepared and packaged while you wait. Brenneman's Meat Markets in Huntingdon and Mount Union. Call our office at 814-643-2751 for specials and more information.
Mel's Concrete in Huntingdon has over 20 years experience in providing you with quality concrete work. When you have any job dealing with concrete, call Mel Woomer at 643-0909. Mel's Concrete specializing in porches, patios, basements, sidewalks, and more. Mel's Concrete also specializes in snow removal. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to concrete. Call Mel's Concrete, LLC at 643-0909.
D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family are committed and dedicated to excellence by supporting quality education and athletics for all youth of Huntingdon County. For over 3 generations, D.C. Goodman & Sons and their staff of quality tradesmen have provided excellent service in the installation of plumbing, mechanical and industrial piping, electrical, and fire sprinkler systems. Residential services are also available. D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family will continue to serve the community, and thank you for your support. The Goodman family wishes you the best to all area students in your pursuit of excellence.
Pennsylvania Highlands Community College provides you the option to earn an associate degree, diploma, or certificate at an affordable cost. The Penn Highlands Huntingdon Center, located on Margie Drive in Huntingdon, offers degree programs in business management, criminal justice, liberal arts and sciences, and psychology. Are you ready to take the next step on your career path? Contact Penn Highlands Huntingdon at 814-643-6200 or visit Penn Highlands Community College online at pennhighlands.edu.
I've had trouble with Angel trying to finish high school. He's always struggled through even elementary. It would be frustrating because sometimes I would talk to him and he wouldn't even turn around and look at me. I would ask him, "So you're going to school today, right?" He would say, "Yeah." And then later during the day, I would get a phone call saying he wasn't in class. He dropped off for a whole month. There's a time that I just gave up. I just decided, you know what, I don't know what to do with you. I mean, I pretty much have done everything to try to get you back to school. You know, you feel that maybe you're not a good parent, or maybe you don't know how to fix the problem. I really didn't have many people to look to but myself. Now I think that it's gotten a lot better. Now I at least have hope that he'll finish high school. I can't give up. He's still my son, you know? I can't give up.
Give your teen the boost they need to graduate. Call 1-877-4A-KID or join us at boostup.org for tips and advice. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Everybody, let's go, let's go. Ho, ho. Welcome everyone to West High School Spring Fling. Hey, where we at?
All right, I've gone through all the tracks. Just move through the beats. Do your thing.
All right, everyone, let's hear it for West High's own Brooke Turner, a.k.a. DJ Hook.
Scratching at my first school dance takes confidence. So getting into college, I've got what it takes. Okay, I went through the practice sessions. I slept good. I feel good.
We will now begin the test. Please take out your pencils.
I got this.
We're all good at something. Maybe it's breakdancing or skateboarding or video games. Whatever you're good at, you had the skills to make it happen. And those same skills will help us get to college. Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org.
I've got what it takes. So do you.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation, and the Ad Council.
This is the AirNetwork.net, and tonight, final score, Juniata 21, Huntingdon Bearcats 7. It was a battle indeed, and Chad States saw all the action live tonight. Live from Mifflintown, here's Chad States on the Air Network. Chad?
Well, it definitely was. Harold, two halves there is. First half, it was all Juniata 21-0, but Huntington unable to erase the deficit, as Juniata is going to walk out of here with a 21-7 victory tonight. Huntington finally able to get on the board at the 7:03 mark in the 7:58 mark in the third quarter behind an Andrew Hootie 56-yard run. That was about all the offense Huntington could muster in the second half, as the Juniata defense again just proved too tough. And Juniata on offense just decided, you know what, we don't need to throw the ball here. We're just going to run the ball, do our time management, and play this thing out, and that's exactly what happened. Juniata now out to a 5-1 record. Huntington will drop to 2-4 on the year. A devastating loss for the Bearcats in terms of district play. Huntington in that tough AAA classification. They only take 6 into the playoffs, and at 2-4, that's going to be a real tough road for the Bearcats now, as next week they entertain Bald Eagle area. When we look statistically at Huntington, Ian Border, 16 carries for 36 yards. Andrew Hootie, 11 carries, 44 yards, and that 56-yard touchdown. But he was also sacked 5 times on the evening. So that defensive front that I talked about earlier in the pregame for Juniata, with 10 sacks coming into tonight, will now leave with 15. Andrew ended up being 7 of 11 for 84 yards. His favorite target, Jonathan Price, 5 catches for 75 yards. So not enough for the Huntingdon Bearcats this evening, as the Juniata Indians will race out to a 5-1 record. It'll drop Huntington to 2-4 behind a 21-7 victory for Juniata.
And meanwhile, you had mentioned Huntington takes on Bald Eagle next week. I believe they're playing Tyrone tonight, and I don't have the final score, but it looked like Bald Eagle were leading the Tyrone Eagles at the half, and it looked like it was rather discouraging for Tyrone this evening.
Wow, that would be a huge upset. It'd be first time in forever the Bald Eagle area has beaten Tyrone. Tyrone might be one of those teams that's looking on the outside in, too, when it comes down to district play for the first time in a very long time. Again, the new classification, they are only going to take 6 teams out of that classification. So Tyrone struggling just as much as what Huntington is, it appears.
Well, Huntington obviously has to look at winning out the rest of the season for maybe even a chance at getting even into the playoffs at this point. We'll see how things work out. But, Chad, I appreciate you hanging out tonight. Of course, always giving stats for Huntingdon Bearcats. Couldn't get you into the press box, but what a whale of a game. Those guys in Juniata seemed real excited.
Oh, that's good. And it would have been a nice night to be in the press box. It was wet. It was miserable. It was, just a bad elements type of evening. But, it's a long ride back to Huntington, specifically on the heels of a 21-7 loss.
All right. Well, drive with care, my friend. And thank you very much for the reports throughout the pregame show, of course, halftime, and the postgame show. Again, Chad States joining us live from Mifflintown as Juniata defeats Huntingdon Bearcats tonight, 21-7. That's the final score. We'll re-air this game, by the way, coming up in about 30 minutes at 10 o'clock. Actually, let's wait till 11 o'clock tonight and re-air this so maybe the kids can get home and get a chance to listen to it. So listen for a rebroadcast tonight at 11 o'clock here on the airnetwork.net. Thank you again to Juniata County Radio for allowing us to pick up their feed this evening. We thank all of our sponsors, and more importantly, we thank all of you for listening to Bearcat Football. We'll be back at it again coming up next Friday night as Huntingdon will, of course, host Bald Eagle area. That's starting at 7 o'clock. Our pregame is 6:40. Don't forget Monday Night Sports Talk, Chad States, Jimmy Ty, Dave Shannon, and yours truly, Greg Banks. And then on Wednesday, it's the Ike Taylor Show live with former Steeler Ike Taylor, two-time Super Bowl champion and now of the NFL Network, right here live on the airnetwork.net. Thanks for listening and have a great evening, everyone. Tonight's Huntingdon Bearcat football presentation has been brought to you by Huntingdon Moose Family Center, 223. Brandman's Meat Markets, Huntingdon and Mount Union. Penn Highlands Community College, Huntingdon Campus. And by D.C. Goodman & Sons and the Goodman family. Also by the Huntingdon County Drop-In Center and the Ike Taylor Show Wednesdays at 8 p.m. exclusively on the airnetwork.net. Join us again next week for more Huntingdon Bearcat football here on the airnetwork.net.